Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. I am Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we're Backyard Musings, broadcasting inside Apple Valley because it's really windy out there.
Yeah, really windy. And we're the Science and Technology channel, and we're definitely talking about that today.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so very interesting. California's Channel Islands, often called North America's Galapagos, are home to a stunning array of unique wildlife and landscapes, from San Miguel's windswept pinniped rookeries to Santa Cruz's colossal sea cave and diverse endemic species. The five protected islands, we're talking about the northern Channel Islands. There's four more southern Channel Islands that Southern Californians are very familiar with. San Clemente, Catalina. A lot of people go to Catalina for that's right off the coast of LA to just vacation, recreate, have fun. There's commercial stuff over there too. But these five north, little known, I didn't know they were there. They're off from Santa Barbara. So doing this article, it's really opened my eyes. It's pretty cool. Um, they each hold their own secrets. Satellite imagery, and we're going to show you that, reveals just how varied and ecologically rich they are. And visitors willing to venture across the Santa Barbara Channel are rewarded with a rare experience of nature's untouched beauty and ongoing restoration efforts. And Scott, we had the young men from church. They went over to those Channel Islands for a high adventure, right?
Correct. One of the northern islands.
Yeah, it was last year.
Uh,
Would you like to know more?
yeah, 2023, I think. But they've been so. All right. So just off the coast of Southern California lies the Channel Islands, often called the Galapagos of North America. I'd never heard of that before, but I guess it is. Like the famous islands off Ecuador, this small archipelago supports an impressive variety of plant and animal life in a compact area. Many of these species, such as the island fox, are found nowhere else on Earth. So kind of cool.
Yeah, so you're looking at this Landsat imagery right now of the five islands, and it's really cool. I mean, they're all kind of close together, and some of them are big. Um, and I didn't know about these, so I need to get on the bandwagon, get over there and visit them. Um, of the eight Channel Islands, five belong to Channel Islands National Park. Four of these islands, San Miguel, Santa Rosa, Santa Cruz, and Anacapa, stretch across about 60 miles in the Santa Barbara Channel. The fifth, Santa Barbara Island, is the smallest and sits further southeast. On March 18, 2025, the NOAA's 20 satellites VIIRS, Visible Infrared Imaging Radiometer Suite, captured a clear view of the park's five islands from space, as seen now on your screen. We're going to show you each. We're going to talk about each island and show it to you.
Although the northern islands are relatively close to each other, each has its own distinct landscape and ecology. These differences are highlighted in additional satellite images taken the same day by the Landsat 8 satellite using its OLI, Operational Land Imager, which we will show today, and that's in these slides. So, yeah, pretty cool.
Okay, you're looking at San Miguel right now. San Miguel Island is the farthest from Ventura, a popular launching spot for trips to the islands, and the location of one of the park's visitor centers. There's another visitor center on the mainland in Santa Barbara. The 70-mile trip, however, might be worth the effort for some intrepid visitors. Point Bennett on the island's westernmost side displays a windswept landscape of sand and vegetation. Its beaches are the site of one of the largest rookeries for pinnipeds, which are mammals such as seals, sea lions, and walruses, on the western coast of North America.
Okay, so slide 3. There we go. The next island to the east, Santa Rosa, lies 40 miles from Ventura. Cloud forests, groves of tall oaks, and pines that harvest water from the area's heavy fog were once common on the island, though fragments remain, such as on the slopes of Black Mountain. Most of these forces were decimated by grazing in the 19th and 20th century, so really not that long ago. The
Yeah.
National Park, U.S. Geological Survey, and partners have been making efforts to restore native vegetation and help forests begin to recover. So, yeah. So
Yeah, that's
obviously,
pretty,
people boat they took cattle or whatever over there, or sheep or whatever they were grazing, and let them eat it up, and it
yeah,
took a toll.
yep. Okay. East of Santa Rosa lies Santa Cruz Island, just 20 miles from Ventura. This island is the park's largest, spanning 96 square miles, and includes Diablo Peak, the park's tallest mountain, at 2,450 feet. With all this land area, 3 times the size of Manhattan, there's ample space for unique plants and animals. More than 6 species are only found there, the largest number of endemic species of any of the Channel Islands. A major draw to this island, however, lies along its perimeter. At the western end of the island's north side, visitors will find the entrance to Painted Cave, one of the planet's largest known sea caves.
Yeah, so that's pretty tall, right? 2450 coming off of sea level. I mean, that's almost as tall as we're at now. So
Yeah,
small island, that's pretty cool.
yeah.
So okay, the last one for which we do not have a Landsat image is Anacapa, and that may be because it's the smallest, I think. Anacapa Island is the closest to California mainland and just 14 miles from Ventura. Still, as with travel to any of the islands, getting there takes some extra planning. Visitors can only access the islands via boat. Park concessionaire boats offer transportation to several of the islands year round, and others on a seasonal basis. Once there, visitors usually tour the islands on foot or by kayak. See, I think that's the island that our young men went to.
Yeah,
I think that's yeah, because it
that's a teeny tiny island. Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay. We hope you enjoyed our discussion about Northern Channel Islands. It's kind of common in SoCal to hear about the Southern Channel Islands, San Clemente and Santa Barbara. I've actually, I think Scott, you supplied some stuff. I've actually done work on San Clemente Island while I was in the Army Reserves for the Navy. It's a Navy special warfare area, and I've done concrete work there. I flew in and spent 2 weeks doing the work, and we finished it and flew out.
yeah, it couple things. What I think is weird is that what you're talking about, how some of the vegetation and some of the animals on these islands are unique, which at one time this all had to be part of the mainland, right? I mean, I would think,
Well,
or
millions of years ago. I mean,
maybe, or who knows how long ago, but how they're all unique like that is really kind of funny because they're pretty, I mean, fairly close together. And then I remember used to have a customer years ago. He used to charter a boat out of either Ventura or Santa Barbara to go fishing, and they would cruise around these islands because the fishing there at times was really really good. The charter boat would go there, and he would tell me almost every trip that he took, they would have issues with high seas, with the wind and everything blowing. And the last trip that he took, it wasn't too long after that he passed away, but the last trip that he took, the captain was really concerned about making it back. They were really tossing and turning on this ship, so this boat. So, but yeah, but pretty cool areas. I've never been there, but it seems pretty cool. It'd be kind of worth. I'm not much of a boat guy, but it would be kind of cool to take a little trip over there on a boat. Been to Catalina, but not on their glass bottom boat, on a cruise ship. So yeah, I
so a
don't know.
couple of interesting things about San Clemente. When I worked there, naval special warfare. So Navy SEALs would be for exercise or training. They would be swimming in that channel from one point to get to another point for like 4 miles. All they had was flippers and goggles, and that water's cold. Let me tell you, it's cold. And they probably had wetsuits too.
Yeah, the
Um,
Pacific water is not normally known for being warm. So
Yeah, and
cold
they
water.
would swim it a couple miles. They'd swim it, and I thought that was crazy. And then another day we saw flying fish jumping out of the water. The dolphins were like chasing the fish to get them cornered or whatever, so they can catch the fish and eat it. So we saw flying fish jump out of the water, and they'd be flying for 20 feet and then get back in the water. That was really interesting to watch that.
So when you were working over there, how long did you stay?
2 weeks.
Oh,
We
wow.
stayed in barracks there. There's barracks. And we'd stay in the barracks. And then in the morning, we'd come out to the work site and we'd keep working. We had to bring a ready mix truck over. The Army has organic ready mix trucks that mix. They have all the materials on the truck and they just shoot it out the rear. And it's mixing as it's shooting out. So that was good training for that truck operator
I was
because
going to
we
say,
didn't get to use that.
did they have to barge that over or fly it over?
Yeah, barge it over. The heavy equipment, material handling, that kind of stuff. Barge it over.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Great story.
Yeah. All right. We'll catch you in the morning. Thanks for joining us, folks.
Take care, everyone. Thanks.